Yesterday, we discussed about health challenging behaviors or health limited behaviors. Today, we'll discuss on health promoting behaviors or health promotion. So before we discuss some of the technical issues on health promotion, let us understand what is the meaning of health promotion. Now, health is itself is a positive term. Now, why health promotion is required? What is the necessity of it? And which behaviors do you consider as health promotive behaviors? So some of the quick reactions from you, and then I'll discuss a little more about it. So what do you mean by health promotion? Or which behaviors do you think is helping to promote health? I hope I'm audible. Yes. Assis. Assis, your network is very poor. Your network is very poor. I can't listen anything. It's extremely poor. Assis, your network. Anyone else? What is health promotion or health promoting behavior? Which kind of behaviors do you consider as health promoting behavior? Akash?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, health
Yeah.
promoting behaviors are the behaviors which promotes our health, like uh, doing exercise and writing journals, uh, and taking care of ourselves.
That taking care of yourselves, how do you take care of yourselves? What kind of behaviors are considered as, yes, this is meant by taking care of ourselves.
Sir, like making a plan for the day, or writing journals, writing about our thoughts, or uh, just loving ourselves, self-love and all.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Utkars,
Yes, health promoting behaviors are the behaviors that can improve someone's health or upgrade someone's health. And I believe happiness is one of the health promoting behavior. Then following a particular thing regularly, like when we are doing an exercise. So if we are following that particularly regularly, so that was also a type of health improving behavior.
okay, you said something about happiness. So
Yes.
how happiness is, uh, how to bring happiness, or whether happiness brings health?
This was also a question in the last assignment, so I did some research related to it. So actually, your state of mind affects your health, maybe it mental health or your physical health, because maybe if you are thinking continuously about a particular issue that is undergoing in your body, it will rather enhance your that particular feeling, because you will be like making your mood melancholy, or you will be start talking about the same type of issue. But being happy and letting like taking the precautions, but being happy would ultimately reduce your all the tension that you have, and would actually does not like it will help you to heal the problem that you are facing quickly, rather than increasing it.
I mean, somebody is sad, so how he can become happy? Like, uh, are there any methods to become happy?
It
When
depends
in
upon person to
the
person,
happy
like
stage? Yeah.
mostly their hobbies, what they like to do. If they are doing such things, it mostly makes you happy.
Okay. So if someone is sad, so that person must find where his happiness lies, and he must go back and do that so that he can become happy. Is this what you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Akash? Yes, Akash.
Hello,
Akash, go ahead.
hello.
Yes, yes, I can hear
Sir, I
you.
think mental health promoting behavior and physical health promoting behavior are two are different, sir.
Mhm.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Decide if I think that I need good food for some people in our country, they do not have good food for their physical various kind of disease they are caught by it, because like it's like a that's like it. And another thing is that some physical inabilities of various kind of person, but they could not treatment to the doctor because of lack of money. So if you consider this type of thing, then if we want to promote health promoting behavior, it will be like if we reduce the cost of the surgery as another thing, and we will provide every people good diet, then it's good physical health promoting behavior, sir, I think.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Thank you. Please lower your hand. So, health promotion basically, uh, it's a kind of action. It's the combination of educational and environmental supports for actions are and conditions that is conducive to health. You must have some internal mechanisms. Internal mechanisms, by internal mechanisms, I mean you must understand how to maintain health. In addition to that, the environmental support must be there. You must take an action, and the external environment must provide that atmosphere to maintain the health. Suppose you are maintaining a very good health by doing exercise, eating right, sleeping right, everything you are doing, but pollution is too high outside. So it is difficult to maintain a good health or for a longer period of time, because you are exposed to too much of the pollutants. Even if you do many good things, it is the effect is lesser. So it is both way around. Your own actions as well as the environmental support. So both works for this. Uh, in this regard, we can talk about an ecology or ecological view on health promotion. Health is a concept which is highly interdisciplinary in nature. We can't say that an individual if wants to maintain his health or her health, just by following certain principles, it is not possible. You may at best avoid some of the things, but you can't avoid everything that is having a negative impact on you. For example, the food that you are eating, you are saying that I am taking healthy food, I am taking fruits, vegetables, and all the nuts and dry fruits, whatever is available to me. But you are not growing your own food. Food is grown at some distant places. They are being transported to your place. That is being stored in a place, and that comes to the market, and then it gets transferred from one hand to many hands, and at the end it comes to the customer or the consumer or you. Now, in the entire process of food chain, starting from the production till consumption, there are many things which might have affected the quality of the food that you are having. How much we are able to prevent the negative impacts of that? For example, if there is too much of chemicals in the food, chemical components which is harmful for our body, can you filter them out? If the food is preserved with so much of chemical processing, how can you stop the impact of those food products? I'm just giving an example of food. There are so many other things of health. It is uh, it can be discussed, but just giving an example of food. We are not aware of this scenario, and we can't control them. So what is the alternative? You produce your own food and eat it. Now that's a real challenge. Not everybody can do that, and not everybody is capable enough to grow their own food for consumption, or they do not have the opportunity to do that. The solution could be you develop some kind of small community setup where some 5 or 10 families contribute to grow at least some food at a common place and consume them whatever is possible, and try to avoid getting uh, foods from outside if it is sufficient enough for these families to get food which is fresh and which is good for health. This is just one part of the solution. It is not the whole of the solution, but I'm just giving an example. Now, talking about the ecological view on health promotion, there are some important parameters. They are intra-psychological factors, interpersonal processes, institutional factors, community factors, and then public policy. So if we talk about promoting health in a community, nowadays, after this COVID-19, we are uh, aware of the role of community. Earlier, we thought that we are very close to each other. to anyone in the globe. But when we stayed inside our homes due to lockdown and all other restrictions, we realized how effective the community could be in helping a family in need. Now suppose in a small community of 10 to 15 households, someone got one family is affected by COVID-19 or corona. If each member of the family is suffering from corona, it is difficult to manage the family. Suppose there are 4 members in the family doing our own work as well as taking care of the health for that 17 days of quarantine is very difficult. But if there is a community and we have good relationship and each family in the community decides that one day one family will provide food, cooked food to this corona affected family, you will find that within 10 to 11 days the affected family will be all right, and that develops a strong social bond. These days we are becoming so independent, so self-centered that we don't care for our neighbor. We don't know who is there in our neighborhood. And as a result, the neighborhood is also not concerned about what is happening to the other person. But this is the time when we have understood or realized the importance of community living. Children are not going to school. They don't have a common. If 10 to 15 families will decide that we'll do everything for these 15 families together, I don't think it would be a difficult task to achieve whatever they want. They can educate the children. Whoever wants to educate the children, they can come and educate. Whoever wants to play with the kids, I'm sorry, my network was poor. Am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Yes, sir.
So in the community, if we practice this health promotion, or if we talk about health promotion action, what does it mean? It means we are creating a supportive environment. Everybody supports people in need in the community, be it health, education, employment, resource on everything, and we would be having something like if some of you have any connection with village, or if you are from village, I do not know how it is happening these days or not. uh, People are dependent on others, like not everyone is having all the resources. Some people have some kind of resources, other people have some other resources, so you depend on others. Dependency is not bad. Dependency rather creates a healthy atmosphere. But some people who wants to take or who wants to gain the maximum from this process, they become problematic for a community living. There are people who are extremely selfish. They think that only their needs would be satisfied and the others' needs will not be satisfied. So then they create problem for the community. But if everyone thinks that I must serve others before I serve myself, then this person's needs will automatically uh, be fulfilled. This is where we can create some kind of uh, community where we promote a healthy living or supportive environment. This also strengthens the community action and at the same time develop personal skills. We become skillful in doing certain things. Why? Because suppose in a community there is one a person who knows uh, how to make this furniture, and he is the only person. Now there are 15 families. So 15 families, when asked for their furniture, this person is getting a chance to sharpen his skills more often. Because you are living in a small community, you are not dependent on other community, other people outside your community. At the same time, if there is an engineer in the community, now that engineer also gets a chance to sharpen his skills or her skills by getting more jobs, more kind of challenges from the community to solve their problems. Again, the health promotion action in community also means we are reorienting the health services. Reorienting health services means when we are looking for a particular uh, health service, suppose taking somebody to the hospital, and not everyone is having a car or a two-wheeler or whatever, and some people are having that facility, so they will help the others. At that point of time, some of the members in the community are knowledgeable. They can provide some basic primary health services, and they are getting trained by external agencies to serve this community. Do not go beyond these 15 families. In that way, somebody is getting preventive healthcare services in the community itself is definitely a boon. And then this health promotion action also means we are building a healthy public policy. Healthy public policy can be generated from the community. Do not make the community too big, then it will become a village, then managing would be very difficult. Rather, you get very close community with less number of families with whom you think that yes, we can share our uh, uh, problems, and also get solutions over here. And let's help each other to grow and develop. I was talking about health education. So health education is any combination of learning experiences designed to facilitate voluntary actions conducive to health. Any combination of learning experiences designed to facilitate voluntary actions conducive to health. So what are the principles of this health education? The principles are educational diagnosis. We must diagnose properly. Then there are hierarchical principle. Hierarchical principle says what is to be done first and then next and then next. There is cumulative learning. When we talk about health education, every past education adds on to accumulate the new education, the new knowledge about that. Then comes principles of participation. We all participate in the process. Next, we identify principle of situation specificity. Not all kinds of health promotion behaviors are required for all kinds of situations. So you must find out which situation requires what kind of action. Suppose there is diarrhea, we must go back to understand the cause of diarrhea and then address that issue directly. Then the next principle is principle of multiple methods. We must know about various methods that are available, preventive or health promoting methods, behaviors. Then the next principle is principle of individualization. We are talking about a unique mind, unique body. So generalizing things based on whatever is given to us may not work all the time. So we must find out that uniqueness. Then the next principle is feedback principle. Feedback is a corrective, directive, and incentive. You get feedback for the behavior immediately. And you say, yes, this is good, so keep on continuing. It is bad, don't continue. So it is a corrective, directive, and incentive. And then principle of intermediate target. We want that all children in our community below 5 years of age, we are going to stop child mortality below 5 years of age. So what are the measures we must take so that the child mortality in our community will come to zero? We are talking about sustainable development goals these days more often, but we do not work in a very focused manner to achieve that. Many times we are confused what is to be done and what is not to be done. And I believe in the community kind of action plans which are more doable, measurable, and achievable, but with intermediate target. So suppose you have a plan for coming 5 years, we are going to make this zero, the under 5 mortality rate zero in our community. So divide them into 5 years. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Again divide them into 12 months. Each year 12 months. So 60 months. So go then month-wise target. You will find that it is working the best. If I ask you what you become in future, or maybe what you become in coming 10 years, you would find that it's a huge thing that you will tell. But when I'll ask you, what are you going to become in next 2 to 3 years? And if you ask the same question after 2 years, after 3 years, you'll find that it is very difficult, whatever I have imagined in the beginning, of achieving after 10 years. So that is why it is important to have intermediate targets. So what is health behavior? Health behavior is any action taken to prevent illness or to detect it at an asymptomatic stage. Remember, you must detect it at asymptomatic stage. There is no symptom, but you know, and it can be prevented. Once symptoms are there, then it's not prevention. It goes to the next stage. You need to cure it. So some of these health promoting behaviors or healthy behaviors are wellness behavior. These are the identifiers or key indicators. Wellness behavior. Wellness behavior suggests that it enhances health or staying well. You are well, stay well. Preventive behavior. It prevents or detects illness. These are all health promoting behaviors. At risk behavior. At risk behavior is something we must be aware of because this creates risk for illness. Risk for illness, like what is an at risk behavior? You are not smoking, but your friends are smoking, so you are a second-hand smoker. This is at risk behavior. Health related social action. Next. Health related social action. You engage in those social actions which is health related. So there is a collective solutions for risk reduction. When the society or the community engages in social action, we are collectively responsible to reduce the risk, like going to a place for exercise or going for a mass walk or walk in the morning, doing some kind of physical exercise with others that collectively reduces the risk in a community. So what are the preventive health behaviors? And what are the indirect risk of preventive health behavior? And what are the direct risk of preventive health behavior? Indirect risks first, medical checkups. If we do regular medical checkups, dental care, immunization, or screening behavior, screen the health. So we may get a signal if we are at risk or not, if these are getting very regularly done: medical checkup, dental care, immunization, and screening behavior. What are the direct risks? Pedestrian behavior. We are walking on the streets. We do not know where from a vehicle is coming. We do not know how people are approaching. We do not know whether the tree is going to fall on you or not. We are talking over a phone, and or maybe we are chatting, we are looking at the phone and walking on the road or maybe on the footpath, and suddenly there is a tree falling on us because we couldn't find to see what's happening outside. I'm so much glued to the electronic device. Or it might be possible that if you do not look your surrounding while walking, you find that a cricket ball is coming towards you at a fast rate and hit you. So these are direct risk behaviors. So while walking, pedestrian behavior I'm talking about, while walking, you must be aware of your surroundings, what is happening in your surroundings, so that you can keep yourself safe. Similarly, another direct risk is driving behavior. While we drive, we must be extremely cautious, extremely cautious. We do not know from which side, from what direction, who is going to hit or may be hit by us. Be careful, extremely careful. Third direct risk is hygiene behavior. We are talking so much nowadays about hygiene, SMS, sanitizer, mask, and what is the third is what is okay. So this is called a hygiene behavior. If you do not wash your hands before eating or before putting your hands into your eyes, nose, mouth. Earlier it was not considered that serious, but nowadays people are very serious about this hygiene behavior. And the next direct risk is smoking. If you are a smoker, certainly there is a higher chance of getting respiratory diseases as well as heart related ailments. Then coming to the illness behavior, we have learned about health behavior, and now let us understand what is illness behavior. Illness behavior is any action taken in the presence of symptoms to define the state of health and to discover suitable treatment. So if we take any action because we have some symptoms, we take any action to define how we are feeling, what is the current state of health, and to discover suitable treatment. We may consult with lay persons. This is an illness behavior. Consulting with lay persons, those who do not know about health. And the other one is help-seeking behavior. We also look for some help. Many a times, people are afraid of asking for help for their helplessness with relation to health, especially. And during adolescence period, many of the health issues are never discussed with professionals because of shyness. But this is not a good behavior. This is not going to promote your health. This is going to affect your health badly. So be careful about this illness behaviors and try to open up and tell if you need any help, be it in terms of your physical health, mental health, social health, any kind of issues that you're having. Speak to people you believe you want to consult, and if you can find a professional, that's the best one. Then environmental influences on health and illness behavior. What are how environment affects your health and illness? Suppose there is too much of competition in the world. You are already into that race. You have seen many such kind of competitions till date, and you are again going to see further competitions in your lives too. One competition through which you are here right now in NIT Rourkela and listening to this lecture is through JEE, or the entrance examination through which you get a seat at NIT Rourkela. Not many of your friends, or not many youth of your age has this opportunity to study from an elite institute like NIT Rourkela. So this competition and regulations, they also affect your health. So be careful about that. Resource dependence. If you are too much dependent on the resources, they can affect your abilities. Suppose you depend on the vehicles to go from one place to other place. What will happen? With time, you would lose the interest and ability to use your own body to get the things done. In the earlier days, people were more healthier because there was less resource dependence. But now, because of economic development, we have all the resources with us. So we are depending on the resources. And more dependence leads to major health issues, or this is an illness behavior rather, I would say. The third one is medical technology. When medical technology is used to diagnose, often there are chances of error, and it's expensive also. Chances of error can be reduced, fine, but when it becomes too much expensive, even the well-to-do families fail to have the facilities quite often, and that indirectly affects our health. That increases the cost of medical care. That increases our out-of-pocket expenditure. And that's a stressful situation. So some such environmental influences are there on our health and illness. So if we talk about health promotion, we can at best talk about the strategies that are appropriate theoretically and practically to, number one, discourage risky behaviors in populations at risk. Discourage risky behaviors in populations at risk. Number two, encourage healthy behaviors in populations at risk. Number three, assure healthy social and physical environments. And number 4, evaluate that we have had an impact. Through these 4 methods, we can think about promoting health. And I hope with this we have covered some of the important issues in health promotion. Any questions? Any suggestions? Any issues? Let us discuss. Raise your hands and then we can discuss. Yes, Harshita.
Mistake, sir. Nothing.
Okay. I hope all of you are going through the articles that is shared with you. If you would like to discuss about any of the concepts in those articles, you can also ask the question here. No questions?